Hey, what's up YouTube? It's none other than Sly. I'm back here again. We just got finished unboxing the Surface Go. Now what we need to do is we need to look at the specifications, jump in there and see what you're actually working with. Because there's two different variants. Hey! Now in front of us you see the Microsoft Go. Now it actually has the Surface Pen attached and it also has the signature keyboard. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove both of those and actually just look at the device. So we'll set the pen to the side and then with a little bit of a pull we'll take the keyboard cover off, set that to the side, and we'll actually go ahead and focus on the device itself. So now that we have everything off, we're actually going to go ahead and dive right in. So the dimensions, length, going from side to side, it's actually going to be 9.65 inches from top to bottom, or bottom to top. You're actually going to have 6.5 inches, and then thickness is actually going to be 0.33 inches. That's right, 0.33 inches in thickness. So very small, very light, very portable device. The weight is under 2 pounds, and that's just the Surface Go by itself. That's not including any other accessories that you can add to it. It's going to be 1.15 pounds. So that's just over a pound. Okay. Now let's go ahead and talk about the screen. So if you want to, the screen itself is going to be a 10-inch display. It's going to have Pixel Sense by Microsoft. The resolution is going to be 1800 by 1200, which will give you 217 pixels per inch PPI. As far as the screen itself, it's multi-touch, so it actually will register 10 points of touch. So you can put all 10 fingers on there and it will recognize all of those. And that's good for a lot of different things. It also has Microsoft Ink, which is just a fancy way of saying that it actually has pen support, and you can use the pen on there and it'll register it. And then also covering this is Corning's Gorilla Glass, and this is actually Gorilla Glass 3, so great protection. We're going to push the kickstand in and then we're actually going to walk our way around the device. So if you look at the top of the device right here, what you'll see is you'll see a power button, and then you'll have a volume up and down rocker. As we turn to this side, this is where you're going to find most of your ports. So the first port you'll see is a 3.5 inch headphone jack. Right next to it is going to be a USB type C port. Now this is a regular USB type 3, so this is not Thunderbolt. But what you can actually do is you can actually charge using USB 3 C, USB C. You can actually charge the device, or you can actually plug in different things to it. And then right here is actually going to be the port for the Microsoft Surface Charge. So actually you have the charger right here, and you'll just take it and it'll just snap. A little bit harder on camera. It'll just snap right into place. So that's what that's for, and that's specifically made for that. Okay. On the bottom here, this port is for the signature Surface keyboard. So this is where the keyboard will dock straight into there, just like that. And that's exactly where it goes. We'll take that off. We'll set that to the side. And then as we keep going, we'll go to the opposite side here. Now as you see, there's nothing on this side, and that was actually made specifically for the Surface Pen. So the Surface Pen magnets connect to there, and it's not interfering with anything. We'll start with go with the back. And as we turn to the rear, as you can see, very clean, very good looking. 8 megapixel rear facing camera with microphone port. You have your adjustable hinge on the back, and then underneath you'll see that it supports micro SD cards, so you can actually expand the storage. And as we turn back to the front, what we have here is we have a 5 megapixel front facing camera, and then we have 2 speaker grills. Now let's go ahead and put this back here. And let's actually jump into a couple things. So when you actually get this device, it's going to actually come in S mode. And S mode is a scaled down version of Microsoft, and it allows you to run applications off the Microsoft Store. Now the Microsoft Store itself is not that big and only has a few main apps. So what I would suggest and what a lot of people do is that they're able to do a one-time free upgrade to Windows 10. And that's what I have running on here now. Now there's a Wi-Fi and there's a mobile version. As of today's date, the Wi-Fi is the only version now. So this also supports Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. There's two versions that's out right now. The first version we'll talk about is actually going to be a cheaper version, and that's going to have 4 gigabytes of RAM and 64 gigabytes of storage, and it's going to be eMMC storage. And the processor is going to run it is going to be the Intel Pentium Gold processor. The graphics card is going to be an Intel graphics card. It's going to be the Intel HD 615 graphic card. And then there's going to be a bunch of sensors in here. So you're going to have your ambient light sensor. You're also going to have accelerometer and a gyroscope. And last but not least, the casing is going to be a magnetic casing. So very good, very strong, very durable, and it gives it a nice look. So the first model I just went over, the Microsoft Go, the less expensive version, is going to be $199 just for the Surface Go itself. If you add the keyboard cover, which is additional $129, and the Microsoft Pen, which is going to be $99, then that's going to give you a grand total of $628.98. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're looking about getting this device. Now the other version is going to have a little bit different specs, and that's the version that we have. So this version that we have here is actually going to have 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of SSD storage. The processor is going to be the same, and the graphics card is going to be the same. It's still going to have the Intel HD graphics card, 615 graphics card, and it's also going to have the Intel Pentium Gold processor. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit more powerful of a device. The storage is going to be faster. Okay, and then if that base model starts off at, it's going to be $549 for the device itself. If you add the keyboard, it's going to be $129 for the signature keyboard, and then $99 for the pen. So for this more powerful version, $778.98, and that's the current price. It may go cheaper, and you might find some sales on it, but as of today of the video, the day of making of this video, that'll be the cost. So once again, just a couple things to think about when you're going to go ahead and get this device. My recommendation would be to get the more powerful. I think you get a lot more for the amount of money that you get of the two. So I would get the more powerful of the two. But I'm not going to make this video too long. This is the specs of the Surface Go. What we're going to actually do is we're going to give you a full review in the next few days. Thank you, and make sure you subscribe.